Welcome to the Not Old Better Show. I'm Paul Vogelzang, and this is episode number 296. Hi, this is Paul Vogelzang, host of the Not Old Better Show. You've got the right place at the right program. And today's show is in conjunction with my ongoing work with Mary Furlong and Associates. Along with Mary Furlong, I attended the It's Never Too Late Startup Business Pitch Competition at AARP, the American Association of Retired Persons, Innovation Labs in Washington, D.C. recently. This was a unique event, an event that features the leading edge startups from across the country. The startups pitch their ideas that will shape the future of how we all age regarding health, wealth, and self-solutions. The AARP Innovation Labs are committed to engaging the best and the brightest startups to identify challenges and solve big issues that impact us all as we age. Of course, the innovation part of the name Innovation Labs has a long history at AARP. AARP was built on innovation and has always worked toward developing solutions that create opportunity and solve problems for people 55 plus in age. It's part of the DNA at AARP. Additionally, AARP has long recognized the longevity economy, the economic opportunity that America's older population represents, and AARP has actively encouraged product developers and marketers to respond to this longevity economy with solutions focused on interest and needs of people age 55 plus. While at the event, I spoke to all the participants, and in today's installment, we're speaking with EmbodiedLabs.com CEO Carrie Shaw, winner of AARP's 2018 Innovation Challenge Award and Business Pitch Competition at the recent Boomer Venture Summit. Carrie Shaw has a powerful story both as founder and CEO of Embodied Labs and personally as a caregiver. Before founding Embodied Labs and becoming its CEO, Carrie Shaw became a caregiver. When Carrie Shaw was 19, her mom was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease. Today, Carrie Shaw and her team at Embodied Labs are tackling a question inspired by her mom's illness and so many others. If healthcare providers in training could step into the perspectives of the patient and other members of the care team, would this make them more effective providers? And also today, Carrie Shaw and her team at Embodied Labs are using immersive virtual reality to train and improve caregiver readiness in the aging healthcare service workforce. What this means is a truly transformative shift in the way jobs are created and careers are developed in working with elderly people. Because of the immersive experience that virtual reality offers, your own senses while viewing the application through the VR goggles are heightened through the senses of seeing, hearing, and moving. Caregivers are literally in the life and day-to-day struggles of one of our elderly, and you begin to appreciate the little things they strive to do, like listening to your voice with aging ears and looking at you with weakened eyes, or being able to discern amongst family members as commotion and distraction takes place in the home. I will tell you that with Carrie Shaw's help, I put the goggles on, toured, so to speak, the We Are Alfred application, during which I saw through Alfred's eyes experiences like going to the doctor's office, celebrating a birthday, entertaining family, putting me in the shoes, all of which added to my own understanding and empathy towards the elderly, possibly resulting in greater patience and compassion, addressing the needs of the growing elderly population. Embodied Labs work has been featured by the AARP, Forbes, JAMA, and the History Channel, and Carrie Shaw speaks frequently as a thought leader at healthcare technology conferences. Embodied Labs is proud that they were awarded the grand prize in the XR Education Challenge of $250,000 funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We'll put up links to the various social sites where Embodied Labs frequents, but please welcome Carrie Shaw. We are with Carrie Shaw. Carrie Shaw is the CEO for Embodied Labs. Carrie, welcome to the program. Nice to meet you. We're here at the Hatchery, AARP's event for startups. And tell us a little bit about your business, Embodied Labs.
Embodied Labs is an immersive platform for professional and family caregivers, and it allows caregivers to both practice their own roles as a provider of care for an elder, as well as embody journeys and perspectives of the elders they care for. So we use the power of an immersive VR headset, and we combine live action film and gaming together so that you can have these very immersive, user-generated experiences to improve your care.
How's the business going so far?
It's good. We're about 2 years old or young, however you want to frame it. And the business was started from my own experience as a caregiver. I was in my teens when my mom got diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease. And then in my mid-20s when I came home and was part of her primary care team. And I worked on hiring some of her first home health aides and really saw firsthand what some of the challenges of giving care are. So today we make tools that are helping build infrastructure for professional caregivers, and then selling into groups like a home care organization or a senior community living group. And those communities then provide these tools to their family members that they serve. So it's been a winding journey.
Why do you put it like that?
Yeah, just when you're working with new technology and faced with an evolving hardware, an evolving set of software tools, and a workflow that could be kind of, you can do a lot with VR. It can be all CG. It can be, like we chose, more film-based with some interactive components. There's just been a lot of innovation, and then building a business model around that. It means that there's a lot of go-to-market trial and error and listening and restructuring.
You're here at the Hatchery at AARP's event for startups, kind of the Innovation Labs. What is it that you're looking for from this particular event?
I am really excited to be here. I am looking for partnerships, both with the startups participating in the event, as well as really trying to build relationships with the AARP. And one of my favorite things that the AARP is doing is they are leading the charge in the policy for the Family Caregiver Act that was passed in January. And I'm really excited about learning more of how they're strategizing and being part of the action plan. And I hope that we can be a part of that too through this experience.
You know, we're standing here at your booth here, and there's a participant. We don't have to mention her name, but maybe you could just give us a sense as to what's going on now with both the virtual reality glasses, the goggles that she's got on, as well as the interaction with, and I'm assuming this is all Embodied Lab software. So maybe tell us what, and I'll post some pictures of this too. But she looks like she's actually speaking to some of the members in this group setting.
So our platform uses your own voice and your hands as your controller, and right now she's embodying Beatrice, who is our character that represents the Alzheimer's journey that we've built. So when we make our journeys, we interview as many people living for this one Alzheimer's disease as we can, their care team, and then medical experts that are world-renowned in researching Alzheimer's disease. And then we created a story that's interactive, and she's in this part of the story where her family is having a care plan discussion with a nurse who's coming on a monthly visit. And one of her care team, which is her daughter, has had a fall because she's getting burnt out in caring for Beatrice. And so you are in Beatrice's shoes while this is happening, and it's meant to give family caregivers and professional caregivers learning about what the family care is like and how to navigate a care plan.
It sounds like maybe some of your own experience influences this particular setting too.
Yeah, this one was one of the journeys that I was very heavily involved in creating. I'm not always a part of the story writing process, but for me, this was the journey that we made, that we really founded the company to make. And we were able to produce that about a year ago, so a year into our official time as a startup. And I really enjoyed being able to use my own experience and put that into the script. And but of course, it came with lots of subject matter expert interviews and vetting by them first. Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit. And so you've just finished up. So one of Carrie Shaw's participants has just finished up. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like?
Yeah, that was incredibly powerful. I've really never done anything like that. it puts you in the experience of someone who has dementia and Alzheimer's, and it really allows you to see their world from their perspective and see the way that the family dynamic works in trying to help them. And oftentimes it's really, really hard to be able to empathize with these experiences because they're so nuanced and they're so personal. And I mean, I've just felt like the entire time I just wanted to like hold her and give her support, and it was just so beautiful.
I can see on your face the reaction.
I just like want to hug you for creating something like this. My grandma has Alzheimer's, and I try so hard to be able to put myself in her experience, and it's just so deeply personal, and that feeling of isolation and confusion.
Were you aware of Carrie Shaw's own personal experience in kind of setting up this particular environment?
A little bit. I don't know your full story.
Yeah. It's a fascinating story. Yeah, right, as we all are. So Carrie Shaw, what would you like to ask this participant after just going through the process?
I'm like speechless for words. I can't, I mean, so beautiful. It really was.
I guess the question I always like to ask is, when we facilitate trainings, we say, what did you learn that you didn't know before? And then what will you do that maybe you weren't doing as part of care? And so how does this apply to you as somebody working with elders?
I think it comes down to patience and empathy. It's very common that you can get caught up in what you think is best for yourself and not understand what the needs are of the person you're caring for, even if it's someone that you love so much. But just to be able to have that perspective, to know that it's not easy for them, just like it's not easy for you, and to be able to give that empathetic support is what I will do, and be more intentional with how I show up for my grandma.
Well, Carrie Shaw, so nice to meet you. Nice to get the feedback, too, immediately. I'm sure, that was really just a valuable opportunity to take advantage of. But good luck with your time here. Hope everything works out in the way that you want it to. Any last words for us?
No, I'm just excited to be a part of a group of great entrepreneurs and the AARP, and it's all about building relationships. So.
And you're a long way you're from Los Angeles, here in Washington, D.C., so have a good visit.
I will go back to where it's going to be eternally warm after this.
It's a cool day today. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for joining me and Mary Furlong and Associates for our recap of the recent AARP Innovation Labs It's Never Too Late to Start Up Business Pitch Competition. That concludes our series from the AARP Innovation Labs It's Never Too Late to Pitch Business Competition. Congratulations to our guest, Carrie Shaw and Embodied Labs, for winning the grand prize here. Thanks to all the Mary Furlong and Associates team for support and assistance to make these great interviews with these great startup businesses come together. You can find all the previous segments on our website, notold-better.com. And thanks to all of you, our great Not Old Better audience. Remember, let's talk about better. The Not Old Better Show.